A leader is typically thought to be a noble, kind, and sociable person. Throughout this class, we've discussed various leadership qualities that'll make us into a good leader, or I should say an efficient leader. But what does it mean when we see someone who embraces these similar qualities of effective leadership, but is the farthest thing from good?
Does this lack of morals make an individual less of a leader, or does it just make them an evil leader?
When thinking about the greatest and most effective leaders of all time, there is one man whose leadership stands out above the rest in a controversial way: Adolf Hitler.
After studying and analyzing the effective Jesuit leadership model, we noticed that there are similarities between the leader of the Third Reich and the world-renowned Jesuit company.
In Chris Lowney's book, Heroic Leadership, he discusses the various elements that make the Jesuits an example of effective leadership. Among the most important qualities for successful leadership, he describes as ingenuity and heroism.
Now, none of us would like to say that Hitler is a hero, but he does embody some of these same values, and the use of these values helped him climb to success as a leader.
Hitler's ingenuity is noticeable in his pursuit of power. Germany was in a fractured state after World War I, and Hitler took advantage of an opportunity.
He embraced the Jesuit values of self-awareness and mobility to see an opportunity for power and then take advantage of it. Though not exceptionally social, he knew what Germany wanted to hear and used the nation's circumstances as a means to accumulate this power.
Hitler also had a sense of heroism built into his leadership. Towns explains how heroism is turning a personal goal into a company mission, and Hitler did just that. Though his mission was a sinister and somewhat evil one, he turned his personal aspirations into a goal that much of Germany could get behind.
Of course, Hitler strayed from an abundance of other Jesuit leadership ideas, but the ones that he did embrace had a large role to play in his ascension to power and the maintaining of it.
In another class reading, Will There Be Face by Thomas Grooms, he discusses the pedagogy styles that made Jesus such an effective leader and teacher. A large aspect of Jesus' success was due to his leadership through service. Though Hitler wasn't washing feet and curing the blind, he did serve the country of Germany by providing them with a unifying sense of nationalism. Germany became united as many citizens were brought together by a hatred for Jews perpetuated by Hitler.
The controversial nature of Hitler's rule makes it hard to understand why so many people were brought into his mission. Again, Germany was fractured and in need of a unifying leader, but how could such a heinous dream become a violent reality?
In Michael Himes' reading, Higher Education in Catholic Faith, he reflects on a William James quote on the pragmatic principle: "If it makes a difference, it's true. If it makes no difference, it's not true." I think this quote factors into Hitler's leadership over Germany. Hitler spread his anti-Semitic truths and took action to make a real-world difference. Though this difference came in the form of genocide, it makes more sense as to why so much of Germany accepted this ideology as truth.
And after putting Hitler's leadership under the same microscope that we've been using to study the Jesuits, we can see the similarities between the two of them and how they allowed them to reach their own successes. Though both missions have disturbingly different moral philosophies, does that make one more or less of a leader?